7 weird things narcissistic abuse victims do at home that you won't notice. You need to stop doing these 7 weird things. You should not do it. You might not even be aware that the things you do are bad for your mental and emotional health if you've been abused by a narcissist. You might act this way when you're trying to deal with things, but the truth is that they're just abusing you over and over again. What are those weird habits that people who have been abused by a narcissist often do at home? We'll talk about why they do them and, most importantly, how to get rid of them. We need you to stop letting these behaviors run your life and take it back. Are you ready for the first one? Too much caregiving. When you're with a narcissist, you probably feel like you have to do everything for them, like make their coffee taste better or rearrange your whole routine to fit their needs. It seems like the only way to keep the peace is to get their okay doctor. Lindsay Gibson, author of Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents, says that people act in these ways to keep from losing their temper or being rejected. Even if it means ignoring your own wants, you're controlling their feelings to keep them from fighting. It's hard work, but it makes you feel safer than standing your ground. This kind of caring turns into a habit, and you might not even be aware that you're doing it. You are always looking for ways to make them happy, so you don't have to deal with their anger or cold shoulder. It's like living on autopilot. This behavior comes from fawning, a stress reaction in which you try to make someone feel better so that they won't hurt you. But if you overcompensate, you're making them think that the world should revolve around them even more. You deserve relationships where both people care about you, not just one where you take care of their feelings all the time. Let's talk about number 2, which is talking too much. When you've been abused by a narcissist, talking too much is almost like a habit. You may find yourself writing a lot of texts or going into too much detail about everything to avoid arguments or get their approval. Walking on eggshells for so long can make people act this way because quiet feels dangerous, like a time bomb that is about to go off. You might think that if I explain myself well enough, they'll get it, or at least not blow up. But the truth is that narcissists will change what you say to fit their story, no matter how much you talk. This is well explained by Dr. Romani Durvasula, a psychologist who specializes in narcissistic abuse. You lose your voice because you're so worried about not making them mad. The tricky part is that talking too much can continue even when the ego is not around. You might talk too much to your friends, family, or even co-workers, as if you're still ready to be judged or turned down. It's like you're always trying out to get liked. The first step to stopping this habit is to become aware of it. When you talk to someone, ask yourself if you're trying to connect or get them to react. Your freedom begins when you learn to stop, breathe, and accept that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Now let's talk about number 3, making yourself sit still for a long time. Sometimes being quiet can feel like both a wall and a trap. You might be afraid to speak for hours because you don't want to start a fight with the narcissists or get in trouble. It's safer for your brain to shut down than to take a chance and move. It's not peaceful to be this quiet. It's heavy. You're always thinking too much, going over old conversations or practicing what you should say next in your head. Dr. Judith Herman writes in her book, Trauma and Recovery, that people who have been through long-term trauma often learn how to avoid danger by appeasing others or withdrawing from others. The way you lessen that danger is by sitting in silence. Your brain wants to keep you safe, but now comes the hard part. The past doesn't hold this silence. Even if you're not living with abuse anymore, the habit may still stick. Because your mind is still in self-preservation mode, you might pull away from new people or from work. You can forget this, which is good news. First, tell yourself that silence isn't your only choice anymore. You should practice speaking up in small, low-risk settings and keep telling yourself it's okay to mess up. Let's move on to number 4. Always making sure the doors are locked. People who have been abused by narcissists may feel like they can't break the habit of always looking to see if the doors are locked. It's not just about keeping people safe, it has to do with power. Locking the door becomes a sign when you've lived in a place where things were uncertain or felt out of control. It's like your brain is telling you, I need to keep anything out that could hurt me. As a trauma expert and author of the polyvagal theory, Dr. Stephen Porges says that stress makes your nervous system very aware. It makes you very aware of possible dangers. When you keep checking the door, your nervous system is trying to feel safe in a world that used to feel scary. It's tricky because this behavior can stick with you even after you feel safe. Some people check doors twice or 3 times, not because they think they will be in danger, but because their bodies remember feeling dangerous. Because this is a bad habit, you should be kind to yourself. You're not crazy. It's getting better. You can teach your brain to trust and relax again over time with the help of practices like grounding or mindfulness. It's enough to just lock the door once. Not being careful is no longer important for your safety. You're safe because you took back your power. Do not miss number 5, which is acting like the ego. If you've been with a narcissist for a long time, you may start to act like them, even if you don't mean to. You may find yourself copying their tone, behavior, or attitude to fit in or stay out of trouble. This is not something you choose to do. It's just a way to stay alive. In his book, It's All Your Fault, psychologist Dr. Bill Eddy says that people who are abused by narcissists often act like they're abusers to please them or stop more fighting. It's a way to fit in, not stand out too much, and keep them from getting mad. The problem is that you lose touch with your true self in the process. You may still feel this way even after you've left a violent setting, which is strange. It's possible that you'll continue to act narcissistically in future interactions without realizing it. Because your brain gets used to this routine, it does this to keep you safe. This can change how you interact with other people over time. Remind yourself that you don't have to act like them to get by. This is the first step. You can get out of those habits and get in touch with your true self. 6. Cleaning the house too much. If you've been abused by a narcissist, you might find that you can't stop cleaning the house. It might help you feel calm or in control. It's not enough to just want a clean place. It may help them deal with the chaos or lack of control that comes with being abused. You might clean too much because it gives you a sense of control when everything else is out of order. Loving yourself, the mastery of being your own person, author and psychologist Dr. Sherry Campbell says that people who have been abused by narcissists often feel like they need to be in charge of their surroundings all the time, especially if they've been emotionally manipulated and unstable. Cleaning can be seen as a way to get your life back in order. Overcleaning can also happen because people are afraid of being criticized all the time. Abusers who are narcissistic will often criticize you, which makes you clean to avoid their disapproval. It's like your brain is trying to keep you safe from any possible attack or disapproval. Being aware that perfection isn't needed for peace is the key to stopping this habit. Don't feel like you have to clean all the time. Give yourself permission to be flawed. We've finally reached number 7, being scared and surprised when someone knocks on the door. You might jump or feel worried all of a sudden when someone knocks on the door. It's the worry about what lies beyond. If you live in a high-stress place where even a knock could cause a fight, your body learns to respond this way. It's like your brain is always on high watch, ready for something bad to happen. This feeling of being on edge all the time is hard to get rid of. No matter how long you've been away from that place, you might still feel anxious when someone knocks on the door, as if there is danger just outside. Expert in trauma Dr. In his book, The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk says that stress changes the way we react to everyday things, making us more likely to see risks. It feels like your brain is locked in survival mode. The good news is that you can change your nervous system over time with therapy or awareness exercises. You can feel safe again, even if someone calls. To tell your body and mind that you're not in danger anymore, you need to take small steps. It's not easy to stop these strange behaviors, but it is possible. You're already on the right track if you're reading this. The first step to getting better is realizing that something is wrong. You picked up these habits to stay alive, but it's time to undo them and get your peace back. Don't forget that it's okay to take small steps as you heal. Take your time and be kind to yourself. You can break these old habits and start living a healthy, happy life that is free from the shadow of narcissistic abuse if you get the right help and are patient.